was weird.
Isn't it a suppository, whatever the fuck they're shoving? No, they're shoving up your ass. Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah. No. Well,
welcome
if
to.
It was,
that's
you did it wrong, but I don't think.
Welcome to the Honest Wargamer. It is hour 5 of the birthday party. I've got 3 new guests: Nathan Prescott, Joe Krier, and John Scrivens in the house. What up? We're joined by the Twitch chat full of babes. We just had Mr. Vince Ventrell on. Nathan, I accidentally scheduled you for the wrong time. I was trying to organise you and Vince at the same time. Is it true that he's dodging you and he won't do a show with you? Is that the facts?
Yeah, sounds very factual information to me. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Right.
Okay. I eat cheese.
Probably true. Probably true. Right, how are you all? John, how you been? You joined us yesterday. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good. I've done some hobby. I've done some new emotes. I think, was it 2 I did overnight? There is a third one, but it's stuck in approval status with you.
Oh, approved.
Cool.
If that makes you feel any better.
Yeah, I just need to sign in and do it later on.
I'm enjoying all the emotes in the chat, so thank you very much. I forget, how do we get new emotes? If you just subscribe, you get emotes. It's that simple. Yeah. We've got some fun ones. The best one, of course, is always in there. Let me just put him in there. Jet the dog. That's the best emote we've got. There he is in the chat. Many jets. Joe, how are you? Well, all the way from the US of A. How's things going?
Good. Slept a lot last night. Got my COVID vax, so I'm ready to get back into real life once everyone else does that too, you know? Cool. So, just hanging out.
Oh, thanks to Brian Spirillo for donating 5 gift subscriptions in the chat. Woohoo! Thanks, Brian. The more subscriptions we have, the more you're able to. Every 50 subscriptions, you unlock a new emote slot. I think we have 20, so we've got loads of emotes to come. Nathan, any suggestions on an emote we should use?
What emote should we use?
Or get, yeah.
Yeah. Can we emote you being overhydrated?
You mean drowning?
So that you're leaking out of various orifices.
I am generally... a netta remote is better, I agree.
That's actually a emote. That's on the list. That's 21 on the list.
Oh, there you go.
What?
There you go.
A netta remote?
Yeah, a netta remote.
Nice.
I've got the list open just in case.
So into this. Nathan's like, oh, what? A netta remote? Oh, I might use that.
Something I'll never use. But yeah, nice. I don't think I've ever emoted once. Or I might have, I don't know. Can't remember.
There's too many emotes.
Thank you to Brian. It's very much appreciated. And thank you to everyone previously who donated some money or gifted some gift subscriptions. You guys are amazing, including you earlier, Joe. So thank you. It's much appreciated. And also a big shout out to Papa Biden for giving us that stimulus check so we could do it.
Yeah, real.
That's real.
No, actually, yeah, I've been watching a lot of like Warzone streams like recently. Like when you're not on, I'll watch like Warzone ones because me and Dan Bradshaw play Warzone together every now and then. And he's good and I'm bad, so it's like I watch stuff to get better. And they drop like 20 bomb gift subs like all the time in those chats, and I'm just like, all right, fuck it. Like I got the stimmy.
Stimmy.
Share it out.
That's how life works. It's appreciated though. All right, okay. So I go. Nate, that's a catch up with how you all are. So I'm going to go through my questions. I think I've asked you how you all are. Yeah, I have. So I'm going to go through my questions, which I've asked every host so far. We'll go through these, and I'm going to ask I'm going to ask these questions and see what your answers are. It's that simple. I think I've asked how you are. Nathan, you okay? Is everything good?
Yeah, I'm okay. I didn't realise this was going to be a fucking test.
It's your 11 plus, mate. It's when you're getting into high school.
I wouldn't have come on if this was going to happen. What are we getting quizzed about now?
It's not like a serious test. It's more like a feelings test. Yeah,
so Nathan, on Extreme Streak 69, what happened on the 5th minute?
Yeah. Exactly. It's not like that, don't worry.
Maybe I swore or Rob needed to have a piss or a shit. I don't know.
Amazing.
Joe, are you okay? Is everything okay for you?
Yep, I'm alive. We're good.
Good.
I got
John,
the vaccine. Yep.
John,
Yeah.
are you okay?
I'm not okay. No, I'm fine. I'm actually fantastic. Feeling all right.
Because you're over. You've had the vaccine, haven't you? You've got the hangover.
Yeah.
You're
had the hangover.
halfway there.
I'm halfway there.
Yeah.
So I'm living on a prayer.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Right, I'm gonna ask the questions. Get ready for the test, Nate. Right.
I prefer Scrivo singing.
No, so you got the test.
Okay.
Right, first question in the test is highlights of the past year. So, General Joe, I'm going to start with you. What is your highlight from the past 369 days? A highlight. It can be anything you want.
I think actually like personally wise, it's been like not working since July, as like positive and negative, as like emotionally stable that's made me. Like it's just been nice to like, especially in a time like this, not be forced into being like in the public for shit wages, because we don't get paid money in America pretty much. So that's been pretty nice. And then like being able to hobby when that mindset comes on, and then being able to just like talk with friends all the time pretty much has just been nice. So
that's good. And you also started writing articles for Goonhammer.
I did. Yep. So that's been good. It's been like, for not working, having that be like the one thing that comes up. And sometimes the articles are like, hey, do you have anything on like Tuesday? And then by like Thursday night, I'm like, I should really write a thing. So I need to like get on this. But time's not real right now, so it's hard to keep up with it sometimes.
Quick one, Nathan. What Joe writes Age Sigmar articles for Goonhammer. I'm sure you're aware of Goonhammer and all of their content. I wonder what you think. I wonder what you think he should write articles about. Question mark. Is there anything outstanding right now you think that needs an article written on Goonhammer specifically?
Goonhammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great website. I'd like to see his articles that he writes about AOS 3 and what he thinks, how thinks we should approach that game.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Do that. Yeah. Do that, Joe.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Do like a wish list in Nathan's voice as best as possible too.
Yeah.
Oh, wish list is always fun. Yeah.
Wish lists are always fun. John, what's your highlight from the year?
I would have to say it's a toss-up between two things. It's either doing the Super Series, because that was probably the closest we got last year after March to normality and getting to do something new. But on the flip side, the Army Painter stream, I really enjoyed because it was just so bizarre and so fucking funny.
Was it funny because Rob had to like hold himself back for like an hour?
Yeah. It's literally Rob having to be almost the corporate Rob again, and it was so weird to watch because he's just there going, "So Gargants." You can see the stress in his eyes, and then the chat's just literally on fire, and it was just
crying laughing. That whole
just watched that the whole time.
Yeah, shout out to John for doing all the tech behind the tech work there. That was lovely of him. That was an experience. Nathan, what's your highlight from the year, good sir? Fine fellow, kind man.
So, to do with the Warhammer stuff, because I'm sure you don't want to hear the other highlights. So,
I do later.
I'll tell you after. Yeah. Right. Highlight of the year to do with the show. I really enjoyed the band shows that you did when you did that. That was good. That was exciting. Yeah, because I wasn't sure on the banning thing when it first when it was suggested up, but then having seen it in action, yeah, it was great. What else? Personally wise, obviously being able to present a trophy. I don't know where the hell it is, but yeah, having a trophy that I won through the course of the year. The only tournament that I managed to get through the lockdown.
Yep.
Managed to get me a fucking little trophy. It's great.
You did.
So,
You did.
with-
The jury's out on whose trophy is more impressive: Speckles' Garden Hammer one, or yours for the black. Is it the Black Toad? What is that place called?
The Black Dragon. Black
Dragon.
Dragon in Hinkley. Yeah.
But it's how you
Little-
won the
little
the
one
trophy, right? It's more impressive that you won it with Gits compared to Speckles and his tryhard armies, right?
Well, I mean, no, I don't know. It's very impressive that Speckles won a trophy. I think that's the most impressive.
I knew you were going to go with that. It's amazing.
That works. I would
I
like.
don't
I would
know
like.
if anything could impress more than that. Even if I'd won it with like 50 points of Gits, beat everybody else that had 2,000 points worth of whatever. It's still Speckles winning that trophy. That's a good job.
To Speckles, everyone. Cheers to Speckles winning a trophy.
Speckles.
To him.
Yeah.
My question is, really quickly, and I'm not livid, Joe, but I'm livid, is why you haven't done a deep dive interview with Nathan Prescott yet on Goonhammer. That's what I'm livid about. That's all the content that we want.
We can, Nathan. If you want an interview, let's go.
Not
We
if
can
he
talk
wants,
about
Joe.
kids.
Not if he wants. Yeah.
It's
Right.
a need.
I gotta force
It's-
you now, Nathan. All right.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Done. Stop the conversation there. Joe
Yeah,
will be
I'll-
writing an article interviewing Nathan. Perfect.
yeah, fine.
That's
Yeah,
all I wanted
cool.
to make happen. Because he won a tournament with Gits. Probably the only person in the past year who's done so. Like the Spornado. 6-inch range on that, by the way. Or is
What
it
do you need, mate?
D6?
D6.
D6-inch range on that. You fucking psycho. All right, so next question. What is your favourite interaction been this year on the internet, Nathan, in Warhammer terms? Just going to put that into brackets.
Remember, Twitch terms and conditions are important.
So, favourite internet interaction, was it like a funny set of memes that you enjoyed? Was there like a hilarious story where someone got burned and like there was a Twitter thread? Was there some Facebook like bad take? Was there a TV show you liked? A Warhammer show that you liked or something? What was your hot take? John, I'll start with you because I think you're prepped for this at least.
I think my favourite one would have to be your birthday stream. I really enjoyed watching you be incredibly awkward and everyone just show their love to you, and it was really sweet to see.
That's gross. That's gross.
I know, right? And that's the reaction I liked seeing. You just being like, nah, stop it.
Gross.
Stop
Gross.
it.
I
And this is
hate
like, no,
you.
we're just going to keep piling
I
on
hate
you.
you and everyone else.
Because, let me explain why. Because you, I think genuinely, and this might sound a bit sucky, but I think you have genuinely helped so many people by doing these streams that we can't put like a price on that. There is the amount of people I think whose mental health have benefited massively from having something that they then plan to tune into,
Here's
even
the
if it
price.
is shit.
£3,600 for 2 new PTZ cameras. That's the price. I've set the price. Right, there it is.
But there you go.
Yeah. It's
to me,
just
that
whatever.
makes-
Whatever. It's helped me as much as anyone. Thanks, John.
Yeah.
It's appreciated. It's very kind. I'm going to scrub over that as quick as possible. But thank you. You're lovely. And also, you helped. Like all the emotes, you've always been in my corner. You've always had my back. You've been super nice. I saw you drop all your models once on stream. It made me laugh loads. So yeah, Nathan,
Indeed.
Yo,
what's yours?
I don't know. There have been some crackers. Like I've enjoyed some of the ones on the show. Obviously, all the ones where you're busting for a piss at the end or a shit or something. That's been great. Watching you squirm around a little bit. It's always enjoyable. I've enjoyed having Dan come on the Monday show. And the interaction, particularly between him and James, has been pretty cool.
Do you feel like him and James are like the new you and me, or then more like the more polished you and me?
Well, yeah, I mean that would be disrespectful to them to try and
Too fucking right.
say, yeah. I think no, but yeah, I mean Dan's particularly fun winding up with liberators and stuff, and James's bigotry towards Khorne is quite amusing. So yeah, It's one of the few bigotries that we're allowed to enjoy these days. So there you go.
Okay, Joe, what's your favourite internet moment in the past 369?
I think the reactions to the winner FAQ were pretty great, and then the reactions to the winner FAQ were either like incredible or just absolutely horrendous, and just like watching that snowball into a. Well, we didn't have any fucking data, so we're out of here. Like, peace out.
The painting meta article was my favorite, I think.
That came out like 5 days afterwards.
and then a points change for 40k a week later.
I think it was
before.
Week,
it was
wasn't
before.
Was that the week?
It was the same.
Was it the same week? Either way,
it was the week before.
The
FAQ.
Yeah.
And since then we've had a Warcry update. What? We've a Lord of the Rings, a Heresy update,
Kill Team,
and a Skies of Death. I think wasn't that like?
Oh yes, Skies of Death. They got an update, which is exactly
what Skies of Death.
Great.
Is that
it's an Age of Sigmar thing from the GHB.
No, it's not. Wait, is that what it is?
Yes.
What, where you can fight with flying things only? Or something?
Yeah, that thing. Yep, that got an
what,
FAQ.
That's an FAQ?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow,
I'm just holding out for that meeting engagement one. We're so overdue, guys.
Wow.
I'm gonna cry. All right. So over the past year, what was your?
About that? That's amazing.
That's the question.
I saw it exists.
Does Skies of Death? How many people play it? Was that the question? The FAQ.
I
don't
didn't
know,
even
that's
look in to see
amazing.
what the question was.
Wow.
All right. So what was your favorite thing released over the past year? That's the next question. Favorite thing released over the past year from Games Workshop.
I think for me, it's going to be the Light of Eltharion. Just a sick model.
Okay.
And
yeah, that makes sense. It's a
point
really
where like
nice model.
I've got too many of them. So there's one as a Deep King,
Ah.
Oh wow.
and then another
that's cool.
one as a Deep King, but it could also be himself. His main tie is on there.
Why have you got two?
I've got a bunch of them. I've got 4 actually.
Why are they all underwater? That's great.
Well, there's no one inside to breathe, is there? So they're fine.
Nope.
Rust is probably the major issue, more than anything.
Yeah.
John, what about you? What's your favourite thing that's been released this year?
In the last year, probably Gazgul.
Was that this? No, in 369. Gazgul was in 369.
Yeah. So he was released. He was meant to come out the weekend after lockdown started. So most people in the UK didn't get him until about a month after that. So it was we just came out of the lockdown. I finally got mine. So it's like June I got him. I had to wait months.
Oh, I got sent him by my babe in Australia.
Yeah, you did, because all the international copies of that box were available. But GW, rightfully so at the time, as soon as lockdown was kind of announced was going to happen, they just went, boom, we're shutting everything down. So my order was meant to go out that day, and it didn't. So I missed out just. I'm glad I did have to wait, but it feels longer than a year ago, right?
It's a great model. Yeah, it feels like a billion years. Welcome to the past decade.
I mean, yeah, time's not real. Also, like
2019 is last
right
year, right?
Yeah, last year was 2019. It's like what? Nathan, what was your favourite?
Favorite release? Well, I mean, so I'll give a shout out. I quite like the Dark Elf Underworld set or Beast Grave set.
The Shadow Stonk, not the the Shadow Stonkers.
No, the ones with the assassins and things like that. That was a pretty sweet set. So give them a secondary shout out if you want. Possibly the Winter FAQ could be a tertiary one as well. That was great. But yeah, I like the Gargants, obviously. The Mega Gargants, great models. Yeah. Yeah.
Really
pretty
good.
cool, especially the War Stomper. Yeah, I like the War Stomper a lot. He's a great fella, and I'm pretty chuffed that I managed that somebody gave. And yeah, thanks for that. And I'm enjoying painting them up, so it's great.
Can't wait to see him finished.
Yeah, me
What's
neither.
the percentage that he's at now?
Oh, I put a little bit of shade on some of the cloth, so he's gone up another 0.3%. So he's at 53.7% now. Yeah.
Wow,
Nice.
nearly there. Yeah. What will happen first? Nathan finishes his gargants, or a lockdown officially ends across the world? We don't know. Tune in to find out. All right, so this is a bit of a wishy-washy question. I'm sorry, Nathan, but I got to ask it anyway.
What was your one, by the way? I bet you've said it a million times today. But what was your?
Oh, I don't think anyone's asked actually. My favourite actual model release.
All rules release.
All rules release.
Any release.
Cautious. I like the. I mean, I don't like the Death Guard rules release. I thought that was good, like rules release wise, which was pretty cool. Model release for AOS and 40k. I've never been big on the Necron vibe. I think they look really nice. And Marines are Marines. They look nice. I think the ATV was funny, but more importantly, the gun placement made me chuckle loads. I know this is gonna. It's not a cop out. No, the question is which games Workshop released, so that doesn't matter. No, it's not been released because I'm big on the vampires. Big on the look of the vampires, but that hasn't been released yet. But Ghazghkull was great as well. I really liked Ghazghkull. I think he looked awesome. But yeah, I think probably if I can cheat on my own question, it'll be the vamps, because I think the vamps look I think the Gargants look nice. They're fine. And then it wasn't the Lumineth were. Do you know what? I really like the Allurian, so the Venari part of the Lumineth. So just your standard spearmen, archers, and horse riders. I thought were brilliant.
Great, right?
Yeah, just brilliant.
Great.
Yeah, really,
cool.
really good.
So what was your favourite bit of that weekend? The weekend that we've just had, was it the Death Guard, the Grave Lords, or was it the dudes on Pig Squigs?
Oh, the Pigoths. Oh man, I don't
or
know.
Was the one Admech? Or was it the one
boys.
Admech?
No, the Pigoths look great because I'm genuinely excited about a whole Savage Hawk 40k range, which I think I'd get super into. So it's been a bit of a rough weekend for my future plans in life. I was like, oh, maybe I'll buy some new jeans, but no, it turns out no, I'll have to get a Warhammer army or two. But the Squiggles look really good, but probably the vampires. I'm very excited by the vampires. I think the story for those could be very, very good. So I'm quite motivated to get into those guys, I think.
Cool.
Yeah. So they're the one for me. I'm not too bothered about the Blood Knights, but I really like the Skeleton Warriors. I think the Skeleton Warriors look really good.
Honestly, for the vampires, I think I'm with you. I'm glad that they weren't vampires, but also pirates.
You don't want them to be. No, I'm not doing it because that's for bingo.
Yeah.
I was like, why are you bringing that up? Oh, bingo! Exclamation mark bingo!
What the hell's going on?
There's a bingo card, Nath, for things that yeah. Right. Okay. So this one's a bit wishy-washy. What's the most valuable thing that you guys have learned? In fact, actually, before that question, very quickly. What about the weekend? Because, John, you were on the show yesterday. Joe and Nathan, what did you two think of the releases and the announcements yesterday?
Go on, Joe.
Okay. Yeah, I think the Vamps are going to be good. I'm excited for their... the Elves had their, spiritual successors in the Lumineth, right? The Tomb Kings had their spiritual successors in the Oziarchs, and I will fight anyone on that says otherwise. Especially since we're getting archers now, so they're the same. It's nice to see the AOS versions of the old armies coming. So I'm just glad to see those, and I've got to start collecting boxes of Flesh Eaters sitting in a box in my Tower of Ambition in my living room. But besides that, it's good to see plastic Blood Knights after so many years of people complaining about overpriced knights. because they're like in the US they're $100, which I think to you guys is like 75 pounds.
It was
or
65
so.
here, I think.
Yeah, but the direct translation is
Yeah.
like it'd be 75, 80 pounds in the like
Still bonkers.
for like in the US, like the exchange rate. So they're even more expensive. So just seeing those is really nice. And then I'm pretty sure we're seeing the Kranathi release with the
Kragnos.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Can I get a straw poll from you all? Destruction, so is it going to be Destruction and Kragnos? Is it which is my bet? Is it Beasts of Chaos and Chaos, or is it Kurnothi and Order at the moment? Joe, you're thinking. What are you thinking? You're thinking Order.
I mean, this is it looks like the other Kurnothi stuff, and the fact that this is is supposed to be the Elven gods storyline in AOS.
Yeah.
Right. That's what they said that like at the start. So I could see Orion coming back as this Kurnothi god.
You guys carry on talking about this for a moment. I'll be back.
So I did have a quick look on. There was a Facebook page. Someone put up the picture of the side of him with the armor with like the shields and stuff. And there's a one of the rumor mill
preview article,
rumor engine things, and it's not very cornate looking. It looks very kind of folksy, kind of foresty, kind of. It does look quite like it could still be Destruction, maybe, but it still doesn't look. It doesn't have that aesthetic that a lot of the Destruction stuff has. That's kind of a bit thrown together.
Yes.
So I do think it is Kurnothi,
isn't it? Yeah.
Then on the contrast, you look at the Kurnothi stuff that they did for Beastgrave, and all of their stuff's very clean looking. This still looks very kind of thrown together. So maybe it's one side of it, but yeah. It's strange.
But also the fact that the Mistweaver Safe and the Tenumbral Shard were the precursors to what I think Deepkin and the New Daughters of Cain stuff that are probably the Umbraneth. So those aren't a part of those armies, but those designs definitely bled into the new stuff. So I could see they started with the Beastgrave stuff and we're here's these infantry there's woven plates and everything else, and then the god can be whatever it wants to be, right? Because it's Orion and he never cared anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Orion was quite chunky, even as elves go, and he wasn't particularly elven compared the other wood elven stuff. So it could be elven, but I mean,
Hello.
We lost Nathan.
I think we lost Nathan. Literally as you came back.
Hello.
Oh, he's
back.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah. What I was saying was, obviously, it's that god character, but he's got no people. He says he's lost all his people, so it might just be like a one-off monster type thing.
Oh wow!
Just a dude.
That's a good idea.
And it's got
no one model.
Yeah. Go. Well, yeah, he might just be like a random thing that just you can ally into something, or you can summon him in a spell or something like that. It might be something different, something new. So
that's cool.
Because he says about the mountain, right? And that's part of the Lumineth lore, is that they've got those kind of spirits. So maybe there's a link there as well to make it slightly adjacent to that, perhaps as well.
Can I just quickly do a massive shout out to Mediocre Bray Shaman? Thanks very much for donating £10 to the show. Very much appreciated, Mediocre Bray Shaman. That's lovely of you. All right, just to make sure I keep on time, my next question is going to be, what is the most valuable thing you've learned from the past year? Obviously, we've all been locked down. There's been loads of social issues. Joe, I know that's something that's very close to your heart. We haven't got time to see our family and friends as much as we would have liked. There's been loads. There's been loads and loads and loads. Tom discovered he was a hobbyist of all the crazy things that ever happened. We found out.
Yeah, God.
So yeah, it could be something heavy, it could be something light-hearted, whatever you want. You discovered that you enjoy living with a girl. Who knows? It could be anything. Joe, have you got any thoughts? Do you want to take your time on it, or John?
Oh, I think for me, the biggest one I learned was not to put up with toxic elements of the community. to have a bit more of a backbone. So we had a local player.
Bigger one.
We had a local player that was very much. He'd go, "I'm going to bring a fluffy list," and he'd play the new player, and he'd be like, "I'm bringing a fluffy list." What he meant, he was going to bring his tournament practice list and just kick them
That's all
in.
narrative players.
And then he would say, "Oh, I don't really quite get this rule," and he'd always play it in his favor. And he was always this guy that had this veneer of like niceness, but he was a dick. And I got to the certain point during lockdown where he was just poking people, and I just went, "No, no more. Not putting up with this anymore." Cut him off from the group. And the group is so much more positive. And it's because I had a backbone suddenly, and I just went, "You know what? I need to do that more often." So, and that's hard to say. I struggle to say no a lot of the time to people. So.
Nathan tried to do that with me once, and I just ignored him. No, John, that's a good decision. Well done.
Yeah.
Like, and did you feel like?
Yeah, it's important.
It felt like I'd lifted a lot of kind of a thing off my shoulders. He still goes to another club I go to, but not that we go to the clubs. But I don't have to interact with him. It's kind of a bit of a relief. And I think taking that into kind of other walks of my life, I've kind of gone. If I don't want to do something, I'll say I don't want to do something now. Whilst there was a time where I was a bit more of a coward, so life's too short, right?
Cheers. Yeah.
Great one, John. Well done. Good. Proud of you. Joe, what about you?
Yeah, I think like along the similar lines is like there's a lot of people that I've found out as of this last 369 that they're actually just like terrible human beings. And before I kind of just like let it go, I was like, you know what, like they go to events or they play Warhammer, so like we'll just talk about that. And now that we've just been like now that there's nothing else, it's like actually no, like I'm not, you know, I'm not gonna associate with you because I actually just like don't care enough. Like my time's worth more than dealing with you, and like it's just not, you know, like as much as like because like I live alone by myself, like no partner. My family lives, you know, a couple miles away or whatever, which is like close enough, but at the same time, I can't be seeing them like all the time right now, and so and there's no events, so yes, I've got more time, but my time is still worth more than whatever bullshit crap they've got to say or have to do, and I just don't care anymore. So yeah, just being able to like take a stand for yourself is more important now than I think it was ever. Yeah.
You've been sassing people on Facebook. That's what I've been seeing you do. Sass people.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I sit there with my popcorn, just scrolling through Facebook, going, look at Joe going at it, and then there's like Sean Feather joining in. You're like, oh god, this is fire! I love this.
Yeah. I'll if you're fighting a friend of mine, like I'll go to bat for my friends. Like I don't even care. Like all my friends can back themselves up. I'm not saying they can't, but like I got nothing better to do, man. So I got all day. Like let's go.
Just standing there going, I could
what
do
have
this
you
all
got?
day.
Boredom on my side, fuck nut. Yeah, good luck.
And I'm a petty bitch.
Yep.
Zaddy Guy asked a question in chat. How can you take someone out of a group? We have two people like that, but they are the ones who always invite you and help the TOs for free or help carry the stuff and do the heavy lifting. I don't know, man. Just do what I do. Like, the Honest Wargamer admin chat is like one of 43 different Honest Wargamer admin chats where I simultaneously don't have one of each member of the admin chat in and just sass each one differently in the other chats.
I'm in all of them, you said. You said I was in all of them, Rob.
You think you're in all of them.
Yeah.
I'm only in one, and that's great.
You're in the Gaffers and Apprentice one. That's the one you're in.
I'm so glad I'm not in that.
And then is that the one that he also sasses you, Nathan, into? Just like that because it's the only one he sasses you in. Yeah, makes sense.
Probably.
Like Rob.
There's no point in sassing me if I can't hear.
He's right. Nathan, what about you? What do you think the year has taught you, if anything?
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, the thing what you said is quite nice, living with a girl. So yeah, I've enjoyed that. What else have I learned? Learned stuff. What has the year taught me? Yeah. Yeah, living with the girl thing is fun. I've learned to use contrast paints. Pretty cool. I like them. They got some good pigment in them, so that's great. Can get some paint on. So I've enjoyed finding out how to use them. Also, helping out at the old Stadium of Light. That was great meeting the big goldfish man, and yeah, having a good time there. Setting up the stuff for the TTS, which was a shame it never kicked off. But yeah, I enjoyed learning to meet that big goldfish guy. He's a fine fellow of a man. So yeah,
he's a stellar fella. He's a stellar fella. He was telling me that you're going to install a sink in the bar at some point. I was like, that's nice, fish. You spoke to Nate. He was like, yeah. Apparently he's doing it. I was like, mint. That's good. So
sweet.
Can wash your glasses up finally.
Yeah, exactly. So perfect. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah. It's been nice. This is going to be the TSN Arena is going to be a nice part of a post-lockdown where we can host events, but also just do little club nights and just hang out. So yeah,
So
I agree.
excited.
And thank you for your work, Nathan. Nathan, come on! One of the highlights of the past year has got to be when you and me discovered the bar that was a piano.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Underneath the other bar, that wasn't a piano.
The 3 bars,
which was underneath another bar, which also wasn't a piano.
Yeah.
So
where the commentary booth is now, big stud wall that Nathan built. He hasn't beveled the edges, but that's another time. I'm learning loads of words.
Beverly, no edges.
It was a bar, but we had to like destroy it and rip it all out so we could build the commentary booth behind it. And then it was a bar that clearly had been a bar for maybe about 40 or 50 years. And then all they'd done, like when someone new took over the place, they just built another bar on top of the original bar. And when they went down 3 bars, it was just a set of pianos. It was so weird.
Which was on top of another bar. To be honest.
Yeah, it was.
So, yeah.
Must be nice having a country older than like 4 years, right?
It's true. It's true.
That bar. Yeah.
Right. So next question is best.
Wait!
TV... Oh,
You haven't answered that question.
Yeah.
Are you answering these questions or not?
I can ask
What have
these
you learned?
questions. What do you want? What
Other
do you want me
than the bar thing.
Oh, what have I learned?
Yeah, go on.
Don't use social media as much to socialise. That actually, because obviously most of you will know that I've been a nightclub promoter my whole life, that going to bed at a reasonable time, like 11 or 12 o'clock, and then getting up at 7:30 isn't awful, and it doesn't make me some sort of prick. So who knew?
Debatable.
It's not possible, Rob.
Yeah,
Debatable.
yeah.
Debatable.
I'm like, oh, it's 1 o'clock at night. I'm so tired. So I've learned that about myself. What else? Generally, just that everyone is brilliant. I already knew everyone was brilliant. Like everyone around me, the Twitch chat, you guys, and all the people. I already knew that would be the case. Just, I don't know, just be a bit more patient, a bit more kind, I guess. Oh, probably that no one gives a fuck about me thinking that something's not very good. That's probably the thing I've learned the most. Like, no one gives a shit.
No one cares.
Like, I'm like, this isn't written well. Everyone's like, I don't care. Like, not one person cares about that opinion. Not one person cares. What people do care about is like, I already knew it was shit. I don't need to hear you tell me, Rob. What I need you to do is take the piss. And I'm like, okay, now we're in the right wheelhouse. I get it. So it's taken me about a year of learning that, but I get it. People already know it's rubbish. They just need me to make a joke about it, not preach about it. So I think that's one thing I've learned, if that helps.
Cool.
If that helps. Which was me preaching about that. So no one cares about that, which is great.
What were you talking about? Sorry, I wasn't listening because I don't care.
That was very invitational. Good stuff.
All right, so the best TV, so 369, TV or film, something you really enjoyed during lockdown. You've had loads of time. Obviously, Joe, you're on like episode 143 of Naruto or whatever you're on.
No, mate, I finished all 700. What are you talking about?
Okay.
I finished all 700 last year, like last
Nathan's
August.
also big into Naruto. You guys should do a Naruto show or something.
Yeah, but I read them. I didn't watch them.
Wow.
That'll actually be what the interview is about on Goonhammer.
It's just Naruto. Right, so yeah, TV,
Never One Piece.
who
I will
wants to go
never watch
first?
One Piece, Brian. Never.
Joe, what about you?
Okay. So this last year, I finished all of Jujutsu Kaisen. That's dubbed. Also, I'm a dubbed watcher, so everyone can hate me or leave right now. It's fine. Because you paint while watching, right? Like, or anything else. Yeah, literally. All right, cool. So we're good. So finished all Naruto last year. I'm all the way up to date with Sword Art Online. Jujutsu Kaisen is done. Demon Slayer, I'm waiting for that movie. Fire Force, if you've never seen it, is incredible. Dr. Stone is incredible. And there's one other one. Oh, I'm working through Fairy Tail right now. And then also for all of the 90s kids that had Cartoon Network as a kid, what is it? Code Lyoko, which is like a cartoon and like 3D show, like kind of like mix it like into the same. Wonderful. And there's 8 seasons of it on Netflix. I'm on like season 3, like halfway through season 3 right now. But it's great. Just nostalgia for days on that show.
I had no idea what you said for almost all of that. What you said that. Not a clue.
Good. Good. Oh,
Nathan?
Attack on Titan too. Yeah, that's fine. That's also good.
Attack on Titan's
fine
really
for Attack on Titan.
Nathan, what about you?
I've not watched a great deal that I can put a name to be honest. I'll go with his Dark Materials on BBC One. That was pretty good.
Have you watched season 2 yet?
Yeah, whatever the season 2. Yeah, whatever seasons they are, I don't know. I just watch them when they come on. So that was good. I enjoyed that. What else have I watched that's good? I don't know. I just watch whatever she puts on, really. So I think she's watching something about a supermarket at the moment. It's quite funny. You can sort of drift in and out of it. So, yeah, that's amusing.
Okay.
I don't know what it's called. It's something to do with the supermarket. So
Is it the American one?
But,
Yeah.
yeah, it's an American Cloud9 or something.
Yeah, that's rubbish.
There are a bunch of...
Yeah, I don't want to watch that because I
But
lived
you just
through working in
drift
one.
You don't have to watch it, and then you drift out, and it's fine. And it's better than some of the other stuff I've watched.
You should watch
there you
Kim's
go.
Convenience. That's really good. About a Korean family, South Korean family who own a convenience store in Canada. Big fan of that. Big fan.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Big
And
fan.
wait.
There you go. I don't watch a lot of telly, so I'm afraid I'm of no use to you in this one.
Okay. All right. No. Thank you. John, what about you?
I think for me, I looked back at this earlier and it's like there's a lot of stuff I've watched out of just pure boredom. But this year, the one that I'm still looking forward to the next series of, I think, is The Witcher. And that surprised me because I didn't read any of the
Owen,
books.
right? Owen
and I
couldn't
never
have been
bothered.
more wrong earlier.
I was just like, there was
Wait,
literally-
was
I
The
had-
Witcher in during lockdown?
It
Yeah,
was
it came
released
out-
at the
no, it
beginning
came
of last
out-
year, and I only watched it during lockdown. So to
Oh,
me, it
okay.
counts.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say, yeah, I enjoyed watching The Witcher. Definitely, yeah.
One more that I totally forgot. I can't believe I forgot. I've got it fucking tattooed on my arm. The Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance was like the
R.I.P.
literal best thing that has come out
R.I.P.
in years. And also, yeah, we'll never have a season 2 unless someone else picks it up because
Ever.
COVID, Netflix, and
Yeah. Wow.
So
Join the-
John, what
join the
was
club.
what was your call? The Witcher.
So, The Witcher, because I'd not read any of the books. I then went and got the audiobook of the first book, and then just forgot I did. But the fact that I hadn't played the games or that, and still really enjoyed it, and I now want to see more of it, I'm kind of like, cool. To the point where I'm actually considering playing through The Witcher 3, because I've heard I can kind of skip the first 2 and just play through it. But
Okay.
I know what'll happen. You'll lose me. You'll be like, John, have you done this thing? And I'll be like, no, I'm just playing some Gwent again. And I don't want that, so I've held
Gwent's
off.
great, by the way. Gwent's really good. Really good.
I need to be careful with computer games because I either don't play them and I've spent the money and wasted it, like say Baldur's Gate 3, where we were like played it for a couple of weeks and then got bored and did other things.
You did.
Yeah.
I did not.
Or I literally just go, this is not working for me.
All right.
Yeah, there's nothing in between.
All right. Well, just being conscious of the time, really quickly. So the last best TV film, is your opportunity to shout any content creators or something that you might watch, some other shows or something else that you think you really like, something that you've taken in over the past year, any of those things, something that you've enjoyed, like taking in, like the other content creators out there. Basically, it's your opportunity to shout them out if you do take them in for some reason. If you don't, that's okay. But like, I don't at all. Joe, what about you?
So for Warhammer stuff, honestly, it's only been like your show, like every day, like either like if I'm awake at 7 in the morning or 6 in the morning, or I'll watch it back later. Otherwise, I think just because that's been consistent. Sometimes it'll be the Warhammer Weekly with Vince, and otherwise, right now it's mainly just been like just because it's easy and it's constant. I've been watching Iceman Isaac for Warzone, and then J God stuff for their Twitch and their Facebook. Just
Okay.
they're just good, chill dudes, and their Twitch streams are great. So it's just been nice to like see other people playing games that like I also enjoy besides just the Warhammer stuff, because like I do that all day anyway. So
It's true. All right, John, what about you?
Oh, it's a bit of a weird one for me because I don't tend to watch that much other Warhammer content. Because I tend to find if I'm not sat in this chat, I'm doing something that means I don't tend to be wanting to watch something. Because I can't do that thing that you guys were talking about where you sit and watch something whilst painting. If I do that, I end up stopping painting and just watch. So I think for me, it's probably all of the bands that I appreciate, watching them pivot during the lockdown and doing lots of online shows and stuff. So being able to watch them, I think was nice, and it gave me something to look forward to.
That's fair. That's cool. That's super cool. You got a favourite band that, like, Dashboard Competition still making tunes? Who knows?
No, so for me, that there was a big three. So Neck Deep did a really big Halloween concert, which was really cool because they did a whole set of Slipknot songs, which was just bizarre and so funny. And I never thought I'd enjoy something like that. And then
you'll actually have to send me that because I'm interested in all of that right now.
And then Jimmy Eat World did a lot of their old albums as live concerts, and I just was like, cool. This is just me reliving my childhood, basically. It was my teenage years. And then Silverstein, watching them still produce music and it being quite cool. And then watching them do the Twitch stuff, like the way you do your shows, bro. Imagine that. But one of them sits there with a guitar and shows you how he would write a song with Pro Tools. It's fascinating to watch. It's like, why wouldn't you be interested in that if you have any interest in music? And so I didn't think I wanted to watch something like that, and I did. So
That's cool. That's cool. Super
There
cool.
we go.
Nathan, what's yours?
So the only real podcasts that I listen to when I'm driving around are I got into listening to the Critical Role. So I've listened to pretty much most of the first one where they had Vox Machina. So that was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. Got me quite interested into D&D, how that game's played and everything. It's pretty cool. So I enjoyed that. What else have I listened to? Warhammer wise, I've not really listened to that much, obviously, because we've not been able to play much really. So the main reason why I'd be listening to it would just be to catch up on how people have gone through tournaments and stuff like that. So that's not really been happening. I've listened to your show quite often on a midday. Have it on the lunchtime.
Now we've hit the party, you don't ever have to bother again, Nate. Appreciate you.
Thanks a lot. That's great. You got those two lads that come on. That is it the 40k adjacent show?
Yeah.
I don't know what they're talking about most of the time, but it's quite humorous. So yeah.
I don't think they do either, honestly.
Let me just clip that for a moment for those guys. That'll make them really happy. Again, I'd like to.
Yeah. Like you said, I don't think they know sometimes, but yeah, the tangents that they go on are spectacular. So it's pretty good. Yeah.
And some real deep cut Canadian jokes that I don't really get, which is
yeah,
nice.
yeah, that's great.
Right, well, it's been a pleasure having you three on the show. Thank you very much, especially as while we did the show, I was eating my chips in your ear, but muted for the audience. So it's appreciated. All three of you are lovely people, and I hope I can't wait to see you all after the COVID stuff. So thanks very much. You got any shout-outs or anything before we go? We'll be back again in but minutes with two.
Oh,
new
wait!
guests.
There's another one that you're supposed to listen to. Does Goonhammer do a thing you can listen to, or can you only read it?
No, only reading with words.
Can we do
If you get somebody to read it to you, then it'd be perfect.
man that reads article?
Yeah.
Man that reads Goonhammer to me. But yeah, I'll get somebody to read that to me, and then I recommend Goonhammer to all of you lovely people out there. Find somebody to read it to you.
Only read someone to read it to you. Nathan Prescott reads Goonhammer is the content I want.
Please.
By fireplace.
All right.
I actually don't want to share my links. I want to share the links that Nathan has read of.
Yeah, that's perfect. All right, listen, I got to go, but because we're going to get these other fellas on. But thank you so much. You're all brilliant. We'll talk to you soon. Have a nice day. We'll see you guys in minutes. You're going to watch that video. I'm just going to keep repeating now every break. Just give me a 5-minute break. And then I'll be back with a new guest. See you soon. Goodbye. Hello, welcome to the Honest Wargamer. I'm your host, Rob. It's the start of a very exciting series of videos. It's the streak. It's the best streak in the world. Hello to everyone who's joining us live, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. I'm in the studio on my own, but that doesn't mean I'm alone. I'm going to try and do this every day, 7 days a week, until confinement is over. If you want to watch more stupid stuff, keep tuning into the show. And it's time for the Hunker in the Bunker Day 8. Oh, easy. Not even difficult. Can't wait for day 80. Dude, our date is in day 2 of 84. Just realizing that I might be doing a daily show for 84 days in a row is a bit. I've just seen the long future for me, and that's fun.
You got to give the people
what they want.
So it's
I'm on it.
It's a grey kind of flecky option today with a Nike trainer. Yeah, that's what I'm rocking today. I have got them pulled up as far as they go.
That's what I do. Why wouldn't you ever do that?
At what point do you just pull all the leather out, smack some war paint on, and start hunting for gasoline?
Well,
I reckon it's up to Nathan.
The line art, and then put up high quality versions of them so people can print them off for their little ones or for themselves, just colour in and keep themselves busy.
If you join the chat, you are one of the hashtag Grot gang.
Well, I'll get to all that. I got to get through the housekeeping first. So Bud Kaler, a.k.a. Budtastic Guy's appearance on The Honest Wargamer is brought to you in part by the Budtastic Group of Companies, a subsidiary of the Rage of Sigmar media conglomerate.
Anyway.
It's all coming out now.
A whole bunch of people are like, and time to turn this one off today. This is only Stream Street Day 3. I can't wait to be like fucking Alex Jones in it, Stream Street Day 27. She's marinating a brisket.
Yeah, so she's slow cooking a brisket, and it smells so nice.
I didn't know that's what people called it for their birthdays, but if that's what you guys call it.
Now, this isn't DIY. Can you see?
You got to be a bit higher.
Oh, there he is. Oh, bless. Oh, actually, I can.
He's got a wheel. Darren, he's got a wheel.
I know, come out there. But I keep getting woken up by really painful erections.
When I was a young boy.
I'm going to do a little Rob Austin. He's going to do a little show here. Top 3 bad Batman movies.
Well, number 1 would have to be.
Well, interestingly, the question was, how do you both feel about the Gargants? And the answer is massive erections.
Because I'm doing kind of unit by unit rather than kind of getting distracted. Oh, that was.
Oh my God, John! What's cracking? It's been an interesting week, eh?
Why? What happened?
The FAQ.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course. The
that
FAQ.
was cool.
I thought you meant the armed insurrection in the United States of America. My bad.
No, I'm not wearing a leather jacket that's got speckles on it.
Yeah, I mean, if they're more than 100 points, then that's too much, to be honest.
Well, there are 140 points.
That's too much, then, to be honest.
All of 2 people. It's a bit like the Legion of Asgore group, right?
Hey, we're a thriving community. If anyone wants to just clip this clip right now, 100% Age of Sigmar 3, whenever that rolls around, 100% is going to be exactly the same. It's going to be that, that board specification. You, Pete Pratt, I see you're still in bed, and that's after organising a Age of Sigmar event yesterday, a socially distanced one in Northern Ireland. I see that Archie still didn't win anything. You don't know Archie Dayton, but you'd like him a lot. He is, he's a trier. Like Croak, who hasn't changed fucking points, which makes no sense. It makes no sense. What the fuck is that? And I love it because he's my favourite model. And if we can all do it, let's just fucking do it. Hey, you buy a Croak, I'll buy a Croak. We'll all just fucking use Croak, and it'll be the best year of our lives.
But you can't because he's sold out.
Innes Wilson, you won't be able to do it. because they both look like a thumb. Greetings from the homeschooling world, Vengeance from Sylvania. I'm pretty sure my kid's reception teacher was sent by Sinesh to distract me from providing world-class homeschooling. Wow. Wow, loads to unpack there. Thank you so much. It's because we always do it live. You work to your skills, right? You can't prep, so you do live. Find a list of... Oh my god. No one tell Vince I said this. I would like to see a group of generic artifacts that people could choose from. Again, no one tell Vince I said that. Let me just check my calendar. Yes. I'm free.
Hold on. Yep, me too.
Yeah, Nick, you brought up a really interesting point before the start of the show, actually, which I thought we could talk about.
Yeah, I'm an interesting person.
It used to be a 65? Are you sure your base isn't a 65 mil base?
Oh, I've found a tape measure. Yes. Oh, I knew I had one.
A builder that had to find a tape measure.
Yeah, they always have to find one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is a 65. That's the one I came with. So I've got to change the space.
You've got to change it to a 65.
Oh.
Who also made a Sex for Seniors video. Really good watch.
Nerfed.
Fuck those guys.
Uh-huh.
Fucking cutting my base down now.
Do that, and I shall take the girls to the ball, but there's no balls and no girls, so don't clip that. Oh yeah, and Wahapedia, sorry, the one-man show says he will have everything updated for 9th by next weekend at the latest. There you go, which is a searchable database. A searchable database of the information, which isn't a long list of shit.
Games Workshop said they'll have a quick reference guide in their app.
Let's talk. But when we're just having a chat, I end up getting a bit handsy if I don't do something. It's kind of weird. You're like, oh, is it going to be okay having someone you've never really spoken to? But Tristan was upbeat, fun, enthusiastic, and Selena was powerfully kind. Big thing for the mental health. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Reach new bounds. See how many times you can do it in one day. 15.
Yeah,
who knew?
You do get the Flinger missile. Now, it's a lot like a Mortek crawler in some ways.
You're only allowed to bring gits, and you've got to narrative the shit out of it and just be wild off your brain on cider or mushrooms all weekend or both.
And we'll all just have another croak. And maybe they'll just make more croaks. You don't even know. Just fucking loads of croaks. Everywhere.
Maybe he'll not be unique anymore.
Having a catchphrase which is stay hydrated, which makes you need to pee for the last hour and a half of the show. So
okay, wait. So we need to drag this out so that Ross can't go.
There is actually another Cities of Sigmar.
I know. I don't give a fuck. If you want to know what it is, go read the book yourself, you lazy shits. Thank you for listening to the Honest Wargamer. Have a great.